Hey, what's good YouTube? It's Yamistan here, back again with another video. This time I'll be reviewing three different control pads in three different price points. So what we have first is the QCK Heavy, my Pulsar ES1 Bruce Lee edition, as you can see, and then my Endgame Gear EMC pad. Okay, so this comes in at like $20, I think. Retails in the Philippines for like 25, so I got this on sale, like $5 off. This Bruce Lee edition ES1 comes in at like $40 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. And the next one is my EMC pad, which comes in at around $50 or well, I got this at discount, so I got this at like $45 or $5 off. But yeah. So what prompted me to make this video is I've seen a lot of pros, Valorant pros use the QCK Heavy, which got me thinking like why do they still use this pad? Like notable users are like SomCS, Texture, Genji Texture, DRX Mako, like top level players who continue to use this pad despite there being other options from different more premium brands like Lethal Gaming Gear and Artisan. Like Artisan Type 99 is like the most recommended control pad out there right now. So I'm curious to check out why pros continue to use this. So let's get on with the review. So let's first start off with the cheapest one, the QCK Heavy. As you can see, this is 6 millimeters thick. This is a thick boy. This is the thickest mouse pad in this review. Okay. As you can see, the edges are not stitched, so fraying can occur after time. I guess like I've only had this for a month, so there's not much fraying I've noticed on the edges yet. Like, but I've seen very heavily used QCK heavies, and this thing's the edges roll up so much. So I hope that doesn't happen yet. But okay, so let's start with the static or the initial friction. It's very high, so like micro adjusting. Um, I'm using dot skates on my U2, so micro adjusting actually here feels nice. Like it's not as slow as something like when you use full PTFE skates, like here on my GPX Superlight. Like when I micro adjust here, like there's a lot of drag. Like getting the mouse started actually takes quite a bit of force as compared to dot skates. Like dot skates feel a bit faster, but not super fast or by any means. Like it doesn't become a balance pad. Like it doesn't become like an Artisan Zero feeling kind of pad with dot skates. But yeah, um, so static friction feels very high. Dynamic friction obviously also high. This is a very good mouse control pad. Very good mud pad to be honest. Like this actually slows down so over time. So with you, so if you continue to use this for a lot longer because I've only had this for like a month. So from what I remember out of the box, like this actually felt a bit faster than what I was expecting. But after a month of use, like yeah, I've broken it in a bit, and it feels more in line with a very control pad, very control oriented pad. So one of the downsides of this pad, aside from the non-stitch edges, it's also humidity resistance. Uh, it really gets affected by humidity. Like if I don't have the AC turned on in my room, like and only have a fan because I live in the Philippines, it's very humid here. Like the pad slows down so much as compared to having the AC on, and like sometimes like vertical and horizontal movement, like sometimes horizontal movement feels a lot slower compared to vertical movement with the humidity because like if your pad is very susceptible to humidity, like sometimes water vapor and sometimes the sweat that you accumulate while gaming, it goes into the pad and gives you slow spots. So yeah, so that's something to keep in mind if you want to use this pad and you live in a humid country. Maybe if you have an AC, just keep the AC on so that glide feels consistent. If you don't have one, maybe try a dehumidifier if it helps. Like I've seen some people post that having a dehumidifier helps, but yeah, this pad, for the price, it's very good. Like it's a very good control pad. As you can see, like the board C spin test, like dot skates spin faster compared to regular PTFE skates. So yeah, next pad on the list. So next for the next review, it's gonna be the Pulsar ES1. So actually, this is like my first ever control pad. Like I mean, I had the Artisan Zero, but like that's more of a balance pad. A lot of people say that they won't really consider it as a full-fledged control pad because it's not, I guess, because it's a bit faster. Let me just fix the orientation. So there. As you can see, it's a bit dirty here because I've had this for more than a month already, so I hope the camera can pick it up. But yeah, there's a bit of dirt here. Okay, so yeah, so that's one of the downsides. Like I couldn't clean this properly. Like I don't want to wash it anymore because I've had bad experience with washing mouse pads, like using soap and water. Like I couldn't really get it out. So what I do is just the boards method of either using like a wet microfiber cloth and just wiping it, but dirt still remains there, or using the Lysol method, but yeah, still there. So yeah, that sucks a bit, but yeah. Anyway, oh, it's just stuck. Oh, sorry, it went like that. I have like the unreleased Pulsar. No, they sent me a mousepad to test, but like yeah, I don't know what the plan is with that, but yeah. Anyway, it's for another time. That might I might not be able to talk about that. So anyway, excuse me, sorry. EMC, the ES1 pad. So this has very high static, high dynamic friction also. It feels very slow. You can see stitching really good stitching here. Is 3 millimeters with alpha cell base. It does say soft, um, 3 millimeters soft as you can see, but it doesn't feel like a soft base because of the alpha cell base. It's the property like alpha cell base. It sticks to your desk really well, like very sticky. It won't move around once you plopped it in. Like you're good for life. Like it's set. Like it won't move around on your desk. Much better compared to actually even boron base. But the downside of this of having this base is like the softness. Like it's not even though it says soft, it's not really soft. Like the only reason why this has give is because it's lying on my EMC pad, which is a very soft pad. But if it is lying on my glass pad or even the desk, like this does not give at all. So yeah, high static, high dynamic friction, but you can't really dig into the mouse pad. So if you're the type of person that likes to unconsciously or consciously dig into your mouse pad while playing, like some, for example, you're in a very tense situation and you want to have more control, like you want to um, slow down your movement and micro adjustment. Like we won't be able to do that much here in this pad because of the base. Um, Static and dynamic friction feels about the same as compared on the QCK heavy, like similar speeds actually and similar performance. Yeah, the advantage of this is even though I'm using dot skates on the U2, it feels the same as if I move around the GPX. So very slow, as you can see. I tried to do the board test. Yeah, so about the same amount of spin. So yeah, very good control pad. But I don't know if I can actually recommend this because the next pad, for $10 more, you can get the EMC pad, which is sorry, the EMC pad, which is my favorite mouse pad. Currently, is like my favorite mouse pad to use. Like static, static friction and dynamic friction feel really good. Like initial friction or static friction on this pad is actually lower compared to the first two that I mentioned. So lower compared to the QCK heavy and lower compared to the uh, ES1. So what that means is like micro adjusting actually feels a bit faster. Like small micro movements like this, what I'm doing now, or like here, like what I'm doing like that. If you just need to micro adjust a bit, feels very good. On Valorant, I play at 1600 DPI with 0.175 cents, so very high sense. So having that kind of sensitivity actually helps me with micro adjusting like this, like small micro adjusting like this. Feels really good in game. Also, like, but dynamic friction is very high, as you can't really see, but like when I glide that pad here, like I can feel it grabbing the mouse skates, especially with dot skates, like because this has a soft base, Japanese Paran, 3 millimeter soft. Like I know it's one of the thinner options out there, especially for Paran based mouse pads. But yeah, like when you push down and you do this, like I can feel it grab like the skates underneath, and even it touches even the plastic here. So yeah, with full PTFE skates, you can still feel it. Like you can still press down. Like I really do love this pad. Like because for that, like again, like compared to the AS1, like the AS1, because like the AS1 couldn't really you can't really dig into it, so it can't really slow down when you do like that. But when you do this on the EMC, you can feel it. Very good control pad. Low static, high dynamic friction is a very unique feeling. Like this is the only pad that I've actually tried it. Although, granted, I haven't really tested a lot of pads. Like, I have the LGG Jupiter coming, which is a very controlled mouse pad. Like, I'm very excited to test it out. But yeah, so AMC, really good mousepad, especially for tech FPS because of the the high dynamic. So stopping power, like doing flicks, like you can stop on a dime doing flicks, like you're not under flicking or over flicking, anything like that. Static friction or initial friction is low, so micro adjusting you can do it on the fly. Like you don't have to worry, like having to exert too much force, especially compared to the first two pads that I talked about. So yeah, my favorite option and my top recommendation would be the AMC pad. If you're on a budget, obviously. So conclusion time. If you're on a budget, like just go with man, just go with this. Just go with the QCK heavy, man. Like this is a really good pad. Like this is actually my favorite pad. Like I mean, one of my favorite pads. Like I never expected for it to actually be good, but I understand why pros use it. Like the surface feels great. It where you can keep breaking it in. Like if the more you use it, the slower it gets. So like if you're really looking for a mud pad, like this is a great option. Like I don't know how long this will last, but this is freaking cheap. You can like buy two of these and have $10 to spare. Buy yourself some food as compared to the EMC, which is like $50. So yeah, or if you can get this on sale for like 15, you can buy three or something like that. So yeah, so this is a good mouse pad. The only downside again. Oh, another downside of this is like the size. Like this doesn't come in 490 by 420. I think this is like 450 by 400. I think this mouse pad. So yeah, it's very small. Like I've never really ran into an issue with it. Like I haven't run out of surface area, but that's because I play on high sense. If you play on low sense, that might be an issue. So that's one thing to take a note of. Um, but yeah, for if you're on a budget and you want a good control pad, just get the QCK Heavy. That's my top recommendation as of the moment. If you guys have other budget options like $20 or below, just leave it in the comment section. I'll try to get it and review it compared to the QCK Heavy. The Pulsar ES1. I can't really recommend this pad because of the price. Like currently, it's like I don't know if you can still buy this actually, the Bruce Lee edition, but the Bruce Lee edition is like $40. Oh, I think you can get it on sale. I think maybe like the regular version, like the normal US one, is like $35. But I'd suggest like just save 15 more bucks and just get the EMC pad. Like it's a lot better. Like you get a unique feeling. Feel like it holds up a bit well. Like I don't really like the dirt. Um, you can see like the dirt there. Like I don't really like developing dirt after like a year of use. Like the MC is so much easier to clean. Like just using the boards method cleans the pad. So yeah. So I wouldn't really recommend this pad. I'd suggest like if you're gonna go on a budget, just get the QCK heavy. If you're gonna spend on the mouse pad, just get the EMC or the LGG Saturn. I think the LGG Saturn Pro and the EMC have similar, if I'm not mistaken, similar properties, like based on what reviewers have said. So depending on which is cheaper, if the EMC is cheaper, get the EMC. Like in the Philippines, the EMC is cheaper by like 10 bucks, I think. Like so 3,300 versus 2,600. Yeah, that's like a lot of money. So to spend on a pad, so I'd suggest just get the EMC if you're already considering the Saturn Pro, unless you want the options for different hardness. Like the new Saturns have firm, soft, and X soft. This only comes in soft, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So aside from that, uh, that's it for this review. As you can see, I'm using the U2. I finally have the U2. I haven't made a video on it. It'll come out soon, but I'm actually gonna review this one first. The Helios S2 Pro S. So the S2 clone. There's a reason why I haven't made a video on it. Then like I actually had this for a week earlier compared to the U2. Actually didn't plan on buying the U2 yet because it's more expensive here in the Philippines compared to other regions. But because of this mouse, I was actually kind of forced to buy the U2. So I'll make a video on this soon. Okay, so watch out for that. So that's it for this review. This is my first mousepad review. Comment down below if you want me to check other pads. Again, as I said previously, like the LGG Jupiter Pro is coming soon, so can't wait to try that out. That'll probably be my next mousepad review. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave it down in the comment section below. And that's it for this review. See you guys in the next video. Peace.